Hello fellow Forsakeners, it is I, not James, and today we're going to be doing a very different video than usual. As most of you know already, I'm a mobile player. If you didn't know that, then, surprise? As I was saying, I'm a mobile player, and I always will be. Until today. Me and my good buddy Holly, aka Explosive Porn, or whatever you want to call him, came up with the brilliant idea to... I mean, you already saw the title. Whatever. Swap devices! What this basically means is, I'm now on a shitty laptop, and Holly is now on a tablet. This was pretty chaotic, and I didn't understand anything I was doing throughout it. I'm going to be formatting this video by playing and reviewing the first 3 starter characters, so Noob, Elliot, and Shedletsky, then ending the video with Dusekkar, which if you don't know, I absolutely hate on mobile. But maybe not anymore, but I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, throughout the Survivor gameplay, there will be some killer gameplay sprinkled in there, to make sure we're not only testing survivors. 2 major disclaimers for this video. 1. I have never played on PC. I'm using a pretty laggy laptop and I'm using a touchpad, which according to Holly is really bad. 2. This video is severely outdated. A lot of character changes such as Noob's infinite ability uses, Elliot's pizza change, and Cool Kid's walk speed override windup won't be in this video. And yes, this does include the crosshair for mobile, but that doesn't really affect our video. So I went on talking about how to check out Holly's video on this topic, but he's not making a video on it anymore, so... yeah, I don't know why he just told me, and he told me to do this, so womp womp. Before we start, I'm very quickly gonna sponsor my upcoming game called Candy Catastrophe. I get this might be getting annoying, but I have to keep doing it. The whole premise of this game is that there's one candy killer and up to 8 fruit and vegetable survivors. If you're interested, join the Discord server to help us out or to follow development, and check out the wiki. If you give a shit. Now that that's out the way, let's begin. This was my first ever round on PC. Yes, it was a killer match. I was unlucky enough to have 17 malice before recording.
I have 10 malice, it's already over for me.
I have 17 malice, I think.
Yeah. 17, you're gonna be killer next. Are you ready to be killer?
No! As you probably expected, I did really poorly. And I mean, really, 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 really poorly. I performed so poorly that before the match, someone said that they were all screwed. And when the match ended and I killed no one, they straight up said,
They said we cooked, maybe not, we are fine.
I couldn't control myself at all. I could use WASD to move obviously, but moving my camera around while also trying to use my abilities was so hard and making my poor little fingers hurt. Some of my fingers had to focus on moving, another one had to focus on moving my camera, another one had to focus on clicking to do a basic slash, and another few had to focus on clicking keys that made me use my abilities. All this while my brain was trying to comprehend everything that was happening. I swear I'm way better with Jason on mobile. This round was one of my worst rounds of all time, and I absolutely hated how my first ever round on PC was as a fucking killer. I do get a second chance later on, but you have to wait for that. But so far, not very good first impression. At last, my first survived round on PC. This wasn't too bad. I mean, it is Noob, so his kit is quite simple. The round against Holly wasn't that bad at all. I either avoided him, or he avoided me, because I barely saw him the entire round. Playing Noob helped me get more used to moving and positioning my camera, since I had way more time to move around peacefully and more time to get used to it, unlike playing Jason. But yeah, like I said, playing Noob wasn't that bad at all. The worst thing that sometimes happened was pressing the wrong key, but that can be said about all the other characters, so it's not that bad. Anyways, let's get Holly's opinions on Noob, because why not?
Noob wasn't too bad on mobile. I mean, I did struggle a little bit with moving on mobile, but other than that, it wasn't too different from computer because you kind of just click the ability and then it pops. So, too bad. It was relatively the same besides the movement because I don't really know how to move on mobile. My fingers don't bend like that.
What inspiring words, Holly. Now, let's move on to... Okay, so I kind of sucked with Elliot. I genuinely had no idea how to aim my pizzas. I literally played Elliot as if he was a fucking survivalist. If I remember correctly, people were getting chased, and I was doing jack shit to help them. I think it got to a point where I forgot I was playing Elliot. I tried my best to heal some of them, but my pizza went in the opposite direction. I'm not the best with Elliot on mobile, but at least I'm fucking helpful. I just did nothing while playing him. Let's check in with Holly and see what he thought about Elliot.
Elliot wasn't too different neither. I kind of just struggled with aiming the pizza because it's harder to go into shift lock on mobile than it is on PC for me. So I did struggle a little bit with aiming that pizza, but other than that, Elliot wasn't too bad.
I'm writing the script before listening to the audio Holly sent me, so yeah. Anyways, that opinion was shit. Ignore that. Let's just move on to... Shedletsky was interesting, to say the least. Shit, help me! I should have played Shedletsky more because I don't think I fully know my opinions on him. My sword was pretty hard to use properly since I'm not used to pressing keys. I kept trying to run to the killer to slash them, but because of my lag and me just being buns at the game, I kept missing. I swear I'm better on mobile. I don't have too much to say here. I really wish I played it more. Let's just hope Holly's opinion lengthens out the section.
Shedletsky wasn't too bad on mobile, but I feel like he's a lot easier on PC for me because, I don't know, it's just hard to balance out sprinting and using the abilities on mobile. Compared to PC, it's a lot easier for me to just press shift and then press the keybind that is binded to the ability. It is definitely a struggle for me on mobile to swing the sword, and I'm pretty sure I missed every time, so... No, I think I hit once. Yeah, I hit once, but I missed every other time.
That was a certainly interesting opinion. Now we're finally moving back to killer. I was struggling to come up with which killer to use, but then I landed on... I did a bit better with John though than Jason, most likely because I had some actual practice with the movement and shit. I still didn't do the best though. I ended up only getting 2 kills. I genuinely have no idea how to control corrupt energy on PC. This footage was a while ago, so don't expect me to remember everything about it. Overall, killer is just really hard for me on PC. I can't control most of the abilities, and I'm not saying that I couldn't learn to control them, but that's gonna take a while. Since Holly didn't send me any audio on his killer opinions, here's his opinions on Guest.
Guest was actually fun on mobile, and if I'm being honest, it was a lot easier to block on mobile than it was on PC. And it was just a little bit harder to aim on mobile than it was PC because, again, it's kind of harder to go into shift lock on mobile than PC. But other than that, Guest was actually pretty fun on mobile. I'd play him again on mobile, if I'm being honest.
I do not get that at all. I hate Guest, and I have no idea how it could be easy on mobile. Anyways, moving on to someone I probably hate more. If you've seen my fun tier list, you probably know that I have a hatred towards this character due to its poor mobile support. But the Forsaken developers finally blessed us mobile players with a crosshair. You can even customize it. Enough of that. Dusekkar on PC feels pretty good. I just miss my plasma beams a lot. If I actually practice more, I could easily land my plasma beams more accurately. I will say that playing Dusekkar on PC wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Using spawn protection felt really weird. As soon as you put your mouse on a player, you can't move your camera and you just have to move around to keep them in your sight. I hope this isn't just me, but it felt really weird because I'm way more used to the auto aim on mobile. Talking about mobile, let's see how Holly's doing.
Dussekkar's booty cheeks on mobile. You can't aim his plasma beam. Every time I did aim it, it was pure luck. And he just has aimbot with his spawn protection, so that's a lot easier. But his plasma beam is kind of booty cheeks. Like, I'd rather aim it on PC than mobile.
Yeah, he basically said what I said in the fun tier list. I don't know when I'll try Dusekkar with the crosshair changes, but I tried chance with him, and oh my god, I love it! I used to use shift lock in third person to shoot with chance, but now I'm just more accurate in first. James, stop talking about things people don't care about. Just go to the outro, you useless piece of shit! Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of watching this. And if you didn't, then I'm clearly not doing my occupation well. My next video will most likely be what your favorite Sentinel skin in Forsaken says about you, since so many of you have been asking me to do survivors, and according to this poll, most of you really want Sentinels first, so I'll be doing that soon. Also, according to another poll, most of you want to see content on Die of Death. I will get to that eventually. I'm just making sure I've played every character. but that is proving to be quite tough because the game doesn't have the best mobile support. But if the developers add a British skin, all is forgiven. Everyone tell them to do that now! Anyways, if you liked this video, then like it. And if you really liked it, then subscribe? I think that's how that works. But yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.
I'm not fat, I'm festively plump. I'm not fat, I'm getting in shape. And I'm not fat, I'm big boned.